Greg's got a brand new book out that I think that you're really going to enjoy. It's called The Business Baton. So if you think about that picture of the baton being passed in a race, there's a lot of things that go into the baton being passed, and a lot of moving parts in a foot race, but how much more so in a business. And that's what you've tried to unpack in this book. I am interested in the very first chapter because I wouldn't have expected you to open the chapter on business succession or open the book with a chapter that's talking about people being ill-prepared. I would think that by the time somebody picks up a book about business succession and the planning that goes into that, and that they'd say, I'm ready, but apparently people aren't ready yet.
No. I think there are triggers in our humanity that you really don't want to talk about the end or when I'm done or maybe when someone else should take over. So I like to combine the succession planning and the baton handing really as leadership and ownership. So you could have a group, could be a nonprofit, where there's no ownership, right? There's a CEO of a beautiful nonprofit. They work with veterans or people with disability, and they're ready to succession plan and move on to the next person to take the baton and lead the company. So it's not just business owners, it's leadership, and that's kind of why it fits our podcast. Sorry. I think the ill-prepared partly came out of my own experiences working with business owners who I just love the journey with them, because you hear just heartfelt things on what they sacrificed, missed payroll, didn't take a vacation, missed Billy's T-ball game. And in the end, they're like, well, that was my 401k. And they're not ready to hand the baton. The company's not ready. And that's kind of what the chapter talks about, is ill-prepared, first in the leader owners, and then next the organization. So if you have people inside who are ready to take the baton, that's as seamless as it can be. If you don't have that and you need to go to a third party, an external buyer or investor, there's more chances for being ill-prepared, because they're going to do their due diligence and look at the numbers and go, oh, that doesn't add up. That's not worth buying.
Sure.
So ill-prepared isn't necessarily financial. So we starts with the owner leader. Are they ready? Are they prepared? And it's not a negative article. It's just really a challenge of, you talked about a track. So let's say you're the fourth leg on a relay race and I'm third. We have to work in that small little box to hand the baton. You have to get to acceleration speed while I am going at full speed, which isn't that fast anymore. But you can't be outside of that box to hand the baton. So there's a window. And I think the ill-prepared lesson just starts with not a negative, but a challenge of think about it, ponder it, talk to people, get your team involved, get your family involved.
Hope you enjoyed that clip. That is just a small sample of a much larger full-length episode.
The link at the bottom of your screen, click that to get the full episode, all the content, and you also can help us come up with new content for further episodes to grow your leadership.